stopped and walked to the corner store beforehand. And again, I've been going to the same corner store for a very long time. And when I went to run my card, it kept saying decline. And I was like, what? I just checked it. I had money on there. Like, I'm a little confused. So he did it again. And then he told me, Ashley, I'm not trying to be rude, it's declining. So I stepped to the side and I looked and I was like, oh my God. And it happened at 6:23 in the morning, which the benefits came on at 5 a.m. on the 2nd. I woke up on the 3rd. This is when it happened. It happened at 6:23 in a matter of a minute. $499.26, and then another $100.97 in like a minute. Like it was crazy. And it says like what state, but it doesn't say like where, what store, like where like it happened at, which usually if you have it through the app, it'll tell you like this transaction happened here for this amount, and then you can click on it and then you can review what you spent and what time and what store location, but there was nothing. So I went into panic mode because I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, did like somebody hack my bank accounts? Did like, what is happening? First thing went to DHS. Well, I got on the phone first, called the 1-800 number. They couldn't tell me anything. They told me to go to the nearest DHS office to get it resolved. So I went into DHS. Kind of find out I wasn't the only person there for that. So I was a little shocked. I'm sitting here thinking I have to wait. My number's 27. We're only on number 5. So this is going to be a long day. Like, and I need to figure out what's going on. So I ended up calling a really good friend of mine who works for the state. And I said, hey, I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know what's going on, but I've just found out that there's a breach through food stamps, and I'm currently unemployed right now claiming this benefit, and I'm not knowing what's happening. And she said, here, let me just stay on the phone with me, walk into the office, ask for a supervisor, because we're unaware of it. Like we know that there's been scams and theft, but we're unaware that it's been like, it's big. And so I walked up to the officer that was on hand, security officer. He said, just give me a moment. I can tell you're a little frantic. And I'm like, I'm not frantic. I'm frantic for other people. This is big. This isn't just me. Like, if I'm the only person who's coming aware of it and other people are here for the same thing, and you guys are just passing people a piece of paper and saying, hey, we can't give you your benefits back. You got to cancel this app. And then when the paper that they're giving you is not even the correct app to begin with. So that's a little frustrating. So I ended up sitting down with the head supervisor for East Branch DHS, and he basically was shocked and was kind of like, that this is new to me. Like, can I see your phone? Like, what app are you, like, this is the app you're supposed to be going to? And I told him, no, that changed in November. So how are you guys supporting an app and not realizing that it's been changed in November? And now you're passing a piece of paper stating everybody needs to get rid of this app because this is the problem. No, this is the problem now because I think it's got junctioned. Like, I feel like somebody junctioned an app that has everybody's personal information now with DoorDash, credit cards. That's a problem. Like, you're giving them the wrong info. I don't care about the benefits. You're just, this is bigger than what it is. And we need to figure out the problem. And you can't just keep telling people a piece of paper and saying, hey, figure it out next month. No, this is people's identity. This is people's information. This is not just ATM scanners taking things. Like, this is bigger than what it is. And I'm not going to shut up. So we need to figure this out. They sat me down in a room. They took my phone for a little bit, kind of worked with the app, kept coming back and forth, asking me to show my face because I had facial recognition, of course. But they ended up taking a couple of screenshots of it and then just telling me to file this document, which was going to be denied. So I don't know why I filed it if it's going to be denied, but I guess it was just for their records on their document saying, hey, this person got theirs taken at such and such time and stuff like that. But I'm just confused on how many people were sitting there and how there's not been a letter sent out. I still haven't received a letter in the mail. I haven't received anything saying, hey, there's been a breach. You might need to come in and get your change of, food stamps, might need to like change codes. I don't know, but it was just kind of alarming that people were kind of just nonchalant sitting there thinking like, okay, well, this is it. I guess I just don't get them this month. And I'm sitting there thinking like, no, that's not it. I'm not trying to be rude. I am very uncomfortable with this, and so should all of you. So, and then my mom was like, no, you need to call the news.
Mhm.
Like, you need to make this very aware because again, it's on the East Coast. It was nothing over here. So it's not like somebody's taking a card reader or some type. It's through the app, to be honest. I feel like it's through the app. Some way, somehow they found a glitch and they got it, and it's affecting so many people, and it's not just myself. I've had a couple of people in my building who are affected by it. um I just don't know what they want to do, and all they did was issue people new cards like we were guinea pigs. They were kind of just like, we'll wait and see what happens next month. So
Yeah, I wanted to
what
ask
is
you
what
what
does
was
that mean?
yeah, what was
Like,
their response? Kind of, they weren't really giving you two, they just kind of handed you new cards and then we're like, all right, that's the end
yeah, they just
there.
handed us new cards and said, hey, we're just going to have to see what happens next month. If you guys can change your pin. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, there's no reason to change the pin because there's no balance on there, whether there's a cash benefit or a food benefit. You're just issuing us a new card. Well, that card is issued under our name. That's under our information. So you don't know if that's what they're taking from. So there, I don't know, and I kind of feel like I have to wait to the second to see, like, and go from there. And then if nothing does, if it does happen again, okay, then I'm just gonna cancel my benefits because we're technically people who are claiming the benefits. We're supposedly receiving them, but we're not. So we're getting accounted for of that, which is a little alarming too, because if you do end up getting a job or something like that, you eventually have to pay what you borrow back. It's not consistently free. So I just want to make sure that they're aware so that other people are aware so that they're not financially getting even more ruined in the process of thinking that they're getting help.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I
And
wanted to
again,
ask you,
that's a lot of,
sorry about that.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you, when you were at that DHS office, you said there were several other people just waiting with a similar situation as you. Were they saying that their SNAP benefits were also stolen at the
Oh
DHS?
yeah, I got up. They were a little agitated with me because I was kind of like starting a little bit of a scene. Like, how many people are here for the same thing I'm here? Because I cut the line. I felt rude. I apologized and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I need to get to the bottom of this. I don't know if it's that important to you guys, but this is very important. This is a serious thing." And so again, I came in with the supervisor from somebody from the state, and they were a little shocked that I knew somebody too. And I'm like, how many people are here for this? And at that time, it was like 27, 30 people. But then by the time I came out of that little room, the line was wrapping around because people are just now picking up their kids from school. They're just now realizing that they went to the grocery store and they had no benefits. Like, it was kind of chaotic, and people were kind of just like, well, what should we do? And I'm like, well, they're just telling you to fill out this form. I'm telling you, this is the wrong form. Just fill out this form, but this is the wrong. Go to your I can't even think the name of it. It'll look real fast, but it's an app that we had to download, excuse me, called Propel. So completely erase it, disconnect everything from it. Don't have anything connected to like Amazon or DoorDash. And then there's an like a swipe button to where you can like actually lock your card in the app itself. But I still don't trust it. Like, I'm not gonna link my new card to it. I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store and not think of convenience, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I was going to ask you, have you kind of lost trust in this system after this
Yeah,
experience?
very much so. And it's worrying me because there's people with disabilities. What if people can't get up and get to the DHS office to report this? There's not like a hotline. The number on the back of the card, they say that there's nothing that they can do about it. You can just go fill out the form saying that, hey, you had your benefits stolen. But then what are those people with disabilities who don't have the ability and don't have the resources and don't have I'm just kind of like stuck. And again, like I told you the day I was talking to you, like I couldn't eat for like 2 days. Like, I'm sitting here again. I have blessing. I have family. I reached out to family. They helped me. They know that I'm in a little situation, but other people don't have that. Again, people are here in transitional periods, and they solely only provide on that. and you're denying them that, and then you're telling them that there's like food pantries. No, there needs to be a backup plan. That's the problem. Like this is a resource, but we need to have a backup plan when this something like this happens. And it was kind of just like and I don't get it. Like, how are you in this line of work, but you're just kind of like, no, we need to get on the news. We need to start to go fund. There's resources, there's people, there's community, and I guarantee if people are aware of it, people are going to be like, okay, I got food. I'm going to start building boxes. I'm going to start dropping them off at the DHS office. Again, the more you spread, the more it's aware, and the more people are more and able to have action towards it.
Mhm.
So I just, again, churches, community, boys and girls clubs, I don't care. If people want to all have like a pitch day and say, hey, we're putting boxes of food on the curb and we're having people just drive up and pick them up. Hey, I'm down to do that too. I will volunteer. But that to me was like there's probably like 60 people by the time I left. And that was like around, I talked to you about, I think it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe 7. I left there probably an hour prior to you. And it just like what were people supposed to do?
Mhm. Totally understand. And so I want to get your reaction now to the news that came out today. Attorney General Dan Rayfield announced today that 19 people have been charged with stealing more than 500,000 from SNAP benefit cards around the country, using that money to purchase baby formula, which was then sold in the black market. Can I get your reaction to that?
I did not know that.
That was
I
just
wasn't
released.
aware.
That was just released today. So that those 19 people were the ring that were, or were are alleged to have stolen this money to sell baby formula
Serious?
on the black market.
Holy moly. No, I'm completely shocked. And like I mean like formula, like what are you getting out of that? Like it's
I
affecting
think
more people like
the goal is to sell the baby formula on the black market. But can I just get your reaction to the not the arrest, but just the idea that someone is stealing SNAP benefits in order to sell a product?
it's disgusting. I mean, you're selling it on the black market to make a profit. Now, if you were stealing it to like provide it, like you know what I mean, to get to a third world country or something like that, totally more power to you. Like more power to you. But no, not to make more of a profit. No, like to me, like there's the loophole. There's the loophole right there. And it's not even just like the black market, it's that's a product that you're able to take back. So you're able to purchase that product and take that product back and get cash for it. So, and again, I've done my research. Like this is, and I've looked at it and I can't believe it was baby formula. I was sitting here thinking like, olive oil, things like that, because those are things that again, it's on the internet. Those are things you can take back and get cash benefits. Um, so that to me is a little, it's a little strange, but I just I don't get it. I don't get how you can steal from people and then I don't get it. It makes me sick that it affected so many people and they only like are taking it for baby formula when people are out here starving.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. It's a shocking thing, and that's why we wanted to chase down this story. It's we spoke before, and there was just a lot of uncertainty before, so we couldn't necessarily cover. But now that we have a little bit more information as to what was going on in this, or potential allegedly what's going on in this situation, I'll give you some more information just so you have it. The suspects used skimming devices and stole the data from those EBT cards to purchase the formula. It was then stored in Oregon, Washington, and then shipped to California where it was sold on the black market.
What?
Yeah. So
So
that is
they
what we
so
were
they
told
had
today.
somebody from the East Coast come out here, put card readers. Is that what I'm under kind of like how I'm
We don't
understanding
have
it?
that. We don't have that information. All we have is this press release with the information that we were told. And so they
Uh-huh.
were skimming devices and using the data that they got from those skimming devices in order to purchase baby formula with the EBT money. And then were eventually, I don't know how it was sold. I don't know how it was kept, but they were using the EBT money to sell it or to buy that formula to then sell.
Hello. Oh, that's insane. But they had
Yeah.
it here and shipped out there. That's crazy. So no joke, it's like an inside job, to be honest. That's what it
I
sounds
can't
like
comment
too.
on that part. I can't comment on that part, but
Right.
I will say
Right.
thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else?
You're welcome.
Is there any other just pieces you would like
No,
to?
I actually am like thankful for you reaching out because again, it was just still up in the air. It was just kind of like nothing in the mail, didn't hear anything back. I called DHS about a week ago and they said, I'm sorry, it was denied. There's not going to be returning benefits. And I said, okay, I'm just making sure because I just want to make sure that I'm looking out is all I'm saying. So she said, no, you'll receive your benefits on the second. But I just appreciate you reaching out now that I know it all affected next month. So I'm glad it came about. So I'm glad it came to an end
Mhm.
for that part, I guess.